Alright.
Alright.
Yeah, this shit's... We'll figure it out, bro.
No
Within time, I just don't know what to expect. Alright. Damn, yeah, now...
Are we supposed to be like...
Oh, if you want...
Culturally, socially,
Alright, fuck it. If you want...
No, I'm just
I don't care. Alright, fuck, yeah, now I'm nervous. Okay. What's up, everybody? This is the Amiibro podcast. This is our first podcast. For me, at least, it's so awkward, dude. For me, at least, this is kind of like the way I view it is like I want to hang at this group of friends who call ourselves the Amiibros, even though we're only the ones watching this shit. But the goal is to just kind of like catch up on us, just talk, hang out, get our personalities, kind of like a visual podcast time capsule. So that way, when 10 years pass, we could look back on something and just have some type of memory. This is the first podcast, like I said, so this shit may be awkward on my part, but other than
Joe
that,
Rogan, we're coming after you.
Yeah. Our first guest is Dom, the fourth or fifth member of the Amiibos. I don't even know the number anymore.
The newest one.
We act like we're a gang. It's just a group of friends. I'm labeling it like a gang, but I would say for the first question, Dom, we survived 2020, and I'd be interested, like, how was your experience with 2020 in surviving a pandemic that we never thought we would live through?
2020 went by, like, in the blink of an eye. Just, boom, it was done. But to me, it didn't even, affect me that much.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, I was like, oh, fuck, I gotta wear a mask now while I'm at work, okay. But a lot of people I know went out of work, didn't, weren't able to, they were at home. A lot of people got sick, and I didn't get any of that. I was still working. Luckily, I didn't get sick. I mean, I got sick, but not like COVID sick.
Not like COVID sick, yeah.
And then that was basically it. I was just working the whole time, so I didn't even realize what was going on, and I kept forgetting, oh, fuck, I gotta wear a mask, or I can't go here now.
Yeah.
Man, all I want to do is just go to a bar, but none of them were open.
I was about to say, they seem open now, though, but,
Yeah, Old Town.
yeah. I was about to say, for me, it kind of fucked over with, the pandemic, because the hotel jobs and stuff, I had a hotel, so I was fucked, so, like, I literally got hired, and then within a month, I got fired. Well, I didn't get fired, but, like, they let us go for the 3 months, and then we got rehired, and then I had 3 different jobs, activities associate, shuttle driver, lifeguard. Everyone fucking hated the lifeguard shift, and then when they rehired us back, that was the only shift we got, and then like half my coworkers just dipped.
They're just like, fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah, because what was fucked up was that I got rehired thinking like, oh, everyone's getting rehired. What ended up happening was they rehired people before me, and they all quit. So then they came to me. So it wasn't like they needed me. They needed me, but like not like they wanted me. But
Right.
But then I eventually had to leave.
Were you kind of just like, fuck you guys then, because they didn't?
No, well, I missed them because like got homies here in California, but like going into Nevada, I didn't really have too many friends. I had my roommate, but other than that, like we were kind of like beefing here and there. And then with my coworkers, like they were technically like really honestly my social life. And then I had my girlfriend, but it was just, at the time, but it was just like, like there's a different social dynamic of like a girlfriend and like friends. That's why she's a girlfriend, and so when I found out that people were quitting, what sucked was like act like there's 10 people or 10 coworkers. The 5 coworkers that like I liked or like hung out with or got along with, those are the ones that quit, like literally all of them. Yeah. And then I was given the other 5, which like I had nothing wrong with them. It was just like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it was just more natural with the other people.
Like, you're cool with them, but it's like, cool friend side.
Yeah, no, you're good. I totally understand because it's tripping me the fuck out right now.
but I get what you're saying.
But yeah, no, so, I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it was like, for me, especially coming from Panda Express, dude, I fucking, like, dude, the first day I worked at Panda Express, I cried. That's a long story, but it just sucked, dude. It was, like, stressful. Like, think of us playing sports and shit. It just... like, I knew what hard work was, and I knew I was putting my 110%, and they were telling me, like, you're going too slow, and I knew personally, like, I was at my my max top speed. But anyways, that motivated me to do like fun jobs, and that's why I pursued the hotel job and have fun. But then it kind of just became like work again, and it was like I always wanted, no matter what kind of career, I don't care how much I'm getting paid for, I just want to be able to like not have to be like, fuck, I gotta go to work. Like that's always my goal. Like and just with hotels, it's just there's a consistency of having that feeling of like I don't mind going to work. But then once we got hired back, it was work again. I got a fucking burp.
You're good.
Do
you plan on going back?
Huh?
Do you plan on like going back?
I'm planning to go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
But that's mainly for family reasons. Like I want to be able to work in Hawaii, but I'll probably be spending time like raising my siblings because I'm like,
you got a lot of siblings out there. Huh?
Now I do. And 2 of them I'm actually genetically connected with. But anyways, so the first thing I was gonna ask is just ask about work. We were talking about it beforehand, but like, how did you kind of find yourself in that career? Like, how did you get the opportunity?
Well, I'll start with the lineman thing. I had at first I worked at Big League Dreams.
Yeah.
And I met this kid there, name's Cannon. He's lives up in Oregon now, I think. And he drives semi-trucks. And he talked about this lineman career, and I was like, dude, that sounds awesome. Mm-hmm. So I checked into it, and I was like, that's something really cool. Like, I might be interested in that. And I was doing Big League Dreams and Iconics or Corix at the time.
Yeah. So
I was doing both jobs, and I was like, man, this is...
What was Corix, by the way? I totally forgot.
Underground waterworks. So it's like all the piping, fire
You were
hydrants.
selling... Okay, I totally forgot about that shit.
Yeah. I jumped around positions of there, from warehouse to sales, estimating, and then warehouse manager.
Yeah.
I even drove. But, so he talked about that, and I was just like, oh, that's freaking awesome, dude. Like, good shit. And he ended up going there. And I was thinking about it, and randomly it just popped up on my phone, like on ads, sponsored ads. I was like, what the hell? This is like when I first found out, like, you talk about stuff, and then, yeah. And I was like, this is a sign. And so, like, I just did my due diligence of, like, applying there and this and that and trying to go to the school, not knowing that I did it extremely late in the... Everybody does it, like, a term before because the spots fill like that. Oh, and finding housing there, too, is, like, you either go at the inn, which is a motel that the school bought out and transferred into, like, housing for the students there. But it's run down. It's really shitty.
It is.
People get their car broken into all the time. The fire alarm is constantly going off. You have to pay a shit ton more for Wi-Fi and then an extra room, but it's just all run down. It's not. So It
was in Chico, though, right?
No, in Orville.
Orville. Yeah. Okay. Where is that located then?
It's like 20 minutes south of Chico.
Okay.
It's not far at all.
I was about to say...
It's basically the same, but it's just like some little farm. Not farm town, but like a little town.
Okay, because I was about to say, I feel like you lived in Orville, but I felt like you lived in Chico, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like you have more moments in Chico than...
Yeah, that's where we went and had a lot of fun, but I think I'm going to go back up this summer, too. Because the guy that I stayed with, that brings me to that. So when I was looking for housing, I was way late. Yeah. And we're calling up, trying to figure out, rooms available, and we called this guy, and he's like... You guys are looking for housing way late for the next term. They're like, yeah, we know. We just found out that he was accepted in. He's going to start the term, but we didn't know what the heck was going on. He's like, well, you got lucky. I had somebody cancel on me today. And so... Dude,
everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Man, dude.
And I went there. I unloaded all my stuff. Nobody was at the house yet. Because what he did is he had his house, and then he had a separate, double-wide mobile home. That he converted into 3 rooms, and each room has its own TV, Wi-Fi, bathroom, whatever. And you got a kitchen that you share. Yeah. And I had loaded in all my stuff, and I was like, I'm gonna go up to the main house and go check it out, see how everything's on. And dude, it was like I was supposed to be there. It was not awkward at all. Everybody was just cool with each other. It was like everything was supposed to happen.
Yeah, that's dope.
And it was the greatest time I've ever had. It was so fun. I learned a lot about myself. I grew a lot, and I don't know. It's just really cool.
I would say, like, were you nervous when you first started? Like, when you were driving there, how did you feel? You know what I mean? Like,
typically, like before, I suffered from anxiety a lot, and everything would freak me out. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't nervous at all. I was super calm. I was like, all right, let's just go.
It's meant to be. That's dope. With the whole training process and everything, like, what did you have to do? Like, climb poles and stuff and everything? And, like, have you had to do that in real life yet? Or is it more safe compared to what they trained you for?
Yeah, no.
Because I remember I was like, fuck.
You start off there, like, you have the introduction, you get all your gear, the classes, whatnot, you figure out who's in your crew, and this and that, and then, they start you off, all right, we're testing you to see what your stamina is, and you just gotta go up and down on a pole. And it's not like a big one. But still, like, that's... You just, like, don't know what you're doing, so you're like, fuck, you look all... it's stupid. And then,
and you're not connected to anything, right? So if you, like, don't know how to catch yourself, you could just fall.
Yeah, so you just have... It's called a super squeeze. And it's
sounds like Billy Mays is selling that shit.
Dude, so you got these boots on, and it's called a gaff, which is just a giant metal spike that sticks out. And you strap it onto your leg, and it sits at the bottom of your boot. You got one for each side, and you got a super squeeze belt that hooks up, and you got a utility belt, and it's just like a leather, really thick leather belt, and then a rope that is attached on the inside. So as you're going up, and you step, you just like, it's like a constant rhythm motion, and then you tighten it as you go because the pole goes from thick to thin.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the philosophy on that? Like, is there a reason why it's like that?
Well, you want to have a thicker base so it's more sturdy.
Oh, okay.
And then the thinness, I don't know, it's kind of like how trees are, because they're cut from trees. Yeah. You know? And so that's...
So it's just natural.
Yeah, naturally like that. And
that makes sense.
And it was cool. I actually fell one time.
It was cool. I actually fell one time.
It was one of the days. It was the first day we were climbing in, like, dumping rain. Yeah. And I was like, fuck, and we're supposed to pick a pole, and all the kids that, like, ran to the lunch lines ran and got all the good poles. Yeah. And me and my buddy was like, damn, dude. We were the ones that we just got our shit done, and we didn't care. Everybody else was like kissing ass and like, oh, professor, or whatever. And, and we were just like, all right, let's get this shit done. And like the instructors saw that because they're just like, all right, let them do their thing. Like, we know these guys, don't have to worry about them. Yeah. And we got this pole. It was so fucking rock hard. Like, you try to stick your gaff in. Those things are pretty fucking sharp. You try to stick it in.
It's like a rock?
It barely went in.
What the fuck? Was it because it was new?
I don't know. I don't know if it was the type of wood or if it was new or old or whatnot. Yeah. But from the get-go, it was like, oh, okay. Like, this could be dangerous. Because we were still new to it. Yeah. And it's raining sideways. I'm going up. I'm tightening everything, and I'm like, cool. I get to the top, and I'm trying to set up my, it's like not a lifeline, but like it's a hoist, or, I don't know the name of it now. Basically, it's just a pulley. It's just a pulley that you bring material up with, and I'm trying to set that, and next thing you know, I'm fucking falling.
Fuck, and how high were you up? I was
25 feet up.
Holy fuck, dude.
And I'm just falling, and I was like, what do I do? I just closed my eyes, and somebody was like, lean back. And I think it was my buddy or a voice in my head that said, lean back. And I leaned back, and my ass was like this far off the ground.
Holy shit.
And the belt finally caught. And typically when the belt catches, like, because you're straddling the pole,
you fucking hit your nuts or what?
You rack your nuts.
I would have... Keep going.
I don't know how. My eyes were closed, but my leg got on the other side, so I just, like, swung into it. Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh. I went, woo! Yeah. Everybody, like, stopped and was looking at me. And I was like, okay. And I got back up and tightened my belt, and I went right back up. Fuck. And they're like, what are you doing? And I was like, you gotta keep going.
Yeah, that's some movie shit, like, right there.
Some fucking crazy ass dude.
Well, has there ever been like an actual injury from anyone you've known or you just heard about? Like, did you actually like witness someone fuck up like that?
Yeah, one dude fell pretty hard. We heard about that, but right after I like fell, some dude was in another like area, climbing pit, and they fell about like 4 feet. Their belt caught and they racked their nuts, and then they quit right then and there. They just said, no,
probably would have.
They'd
Yeah.
be like, I'm done.
Probably nuts exploded, dude.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was about to say. I was like, if you caught yourself right below the floor, it was like, I feel like it would have just hurt less to just fall at that point. But at the same time, I have no fucking clue. But
it didn't. I didn't bruise or nothing. It was just when it caught, my hip like swung and hit the pole.
Yeah.
And that was the only type of like pain that I felt.
Yeah.
And it didn't hurt. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm completely fine. Fuck, dude. And none of the instructors even went up to me or nothing.
That's lucky. That's
because
all luck, honestly.
Usually when something like that happens, you have to do like an injury or like injury report, that kind of thing, or accident little thing.
Yeah.
And then you got to go through it and take classes. And luckily, I didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was
cool. Pretty fucking lucky. So, like, with your time there, like, do you have, like, a few favorite memories or something that comes in mind as to, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're living day to day and that memory pops up in your head. Do you have any, like, experiences like that?
From there or, like, after?
From just in general from that experience. Like, what kind of memory always stands out?
We had to... Man, there's a lot. It was fun all around. I just had a great time there. But it was only Monday through Thursday. So Thursday after class or climbing, you're taking off. You go back to the house, you get cleaned up, and you shoot at the Chico.
Yeah.
And you get fucking hammered.
yeah.
Gabe showed up one time, and that was just a blast.
It's dope because it sounds like, it was in a way college, but it feels like that was like your college experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trade. Well, it is a trade school technically, right? Or something like that. I have no fucking clue. But like, so you were talking about with anxiety and everything. Like, so if you were to compare yourself after to before, how different do you think or how much do you think you've evolved?
With anxiety, man, dude.
Just in general, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
When I came back, the only reason why I came back was because after the school, I needed money. I needed money.
Didn't want to hang out with us. Just needed money. I'm getting
money.
fucking around.
And my plan was go back to my old job, work there for a little bit, get money so I could get my Class A.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But at the time, one of the managers there didn't want me to work there. Even though they needed help, he didn't want me to work there because he's like, I'm not going to just let him work here because he needs money and wants to get his Class A and he's going to bounce. But that guy was another story. He ended up getting fired because he did some illegal stuff.
Makes sense.
And I ended up staying way too long, and I didn't even get the opportunity to get my Class A. But when I came back, I was just so over like working at that job. I was like, I got to get out of here. So I found the company that I'm at with now, and it counts as experience towards
your Class A or whatever.
No, towards the trade.
Towards the trade, okay. Yeah.
So that looks good on the resume, and now I just need to get my Class A, which I'm gonna do very soon, actually.
Okay, because I would say I'll relate with you with that experience of like moving somewhere where it's like you officially, like in my opinion, like when you move out, you officially do get to live your life and you figure out truly who you are. Because like I feel like when you're, well, honestly, it depends on your roommates too and how that influences you. But like going to Vegas, coming back, dude, like I'm in that mode right now where it's just like
for me, it feels like a rut. You're just in a rut and you're doing the same shit over and over again. It's hard to get out of that.
It's like you press reset on your life, like literally.
That's exactly how I felt the moment I got back.
Yeah.
And I hate it. I'm still like, I'm thinking about going out of state. I'm, trying to get a new job. So like, I just need something different.
Yeah.
I love Menifee. I like being here, but I hate the feeling that I'm in when I'm, you know what I mean?
It's a constant loop, honestly, if I had to be like real deep about it, because again, it has nothing to do with the people around me. Like it's just like for some odd reason, it just feels as if like it's just stagnant water. But like going back to like reset, it literally like once I got back here after a month, it felt like I got a time machine and I went back in time and I'm like reliving things I've already lived in the sense of just like day-to-day life and routines. But I'd say like that's why for me personally, like I just want to move constantly, just be a nomad, honestly, and experience shit. That's why I like road trips and stuff, because I do enjoy every day being different, and I know in the long run every day can't be such a unique day, but in general, I just don't want to like wake up, do the same shit, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. Yeah. And it's like no one to blame, but other than it's just like
you find that groove kind of thing.
It's just there's no escape. there is an escape, but in that time frame, there's no escape. But so with the job you have right now, then technically speaking, it's not necessarily what you were trained for, if that makes sense.
Right. I mean, I'm able to apply some of the stuff that I did learn there to the new job, but it's different because, and California is a whole different state in that trade anyways too, because like a lot of other states, you do climb the poles, you do go out and
just
do all
depending
this
on what kind of city,
But California, like, especially if you work for like one of the bigger companies like SoCal Edison, SDG&E, LA DWP.
I'm just gonna nod my head.
Okay, I got you.
I told you, those great companies.
I feel it. No, they work differently because they're big corporations. They got or government money and company trucks and stuff, so you're able to go into like a bucket up to the top. And so that's what sets it a little bit different, because if you go to another state, you will be climbing a whole lot of poles. And, like, I know guys that live up north, in Northern California, and they're climbing poles because it's out more country instead of city. This is more city. And it's a hell of a lot harder to get a job in Southern California just because of how many people want to live here and how many people are applying. And you know what I mean?
Well, I was going to say, is it also because they don't have to climb, so it's easier in the sense that they're not a specialty, if that makes sense?
No, you still have to know how to climb, because you will.
Just in case there comes that time.
Yeah, you will have to climb.
Yeah, eventually.
Most of the time you're able to use the buckets, but no, you're going to have to climb. Or even if somebody uses the bucket, there might be still somebody on the pole climbing with them, and like they're working in unison. Yeah. So I'm able to use some of that experience. Like we had a couple of sites where I was climbing like a tower almost. I was inside of a giant water tank wasn't a water tank. It was like a mock water tank that they put a whole bunch of radios and antennas on the inside. Okay. Like if you go down Scott Road.
Oh, so it's like disguised?
Yeah. So have you gone down Scott Road? Like towards Winchester.
Yeah.
Recently? On the right hand side, past Revival. Okay. They're building one of those. Okay. Right now, it's a whole lot of metal right now. They haven't finished it.
So are there people trying to steal shit, and that's why they're like disguising it?
No, or is it just aesthetically pleasing?
So it's like the fake tree that's obviously a fake tree.
Fuck the fake tree.
It just makes those
branches suck, and there's a whole bunch of burnt shit and dust in those things. They suck.
I never got that, because it's always just like one random tree, and it's like it does not look like, it just looks like an artist somehow got a job or gig to just design it.
Yeah, dude, I was working in Escondido.
Yeah.
And they had a fake tree there, and they had it white. And I was like, motherfucker, there's no snow down here.
Like white vision, yeah. They just say, fuck it, they just got a vibe. Yeah. So with that job aspect then, assuming like people, tell you wherever, like different states, like do you have a preference, like if you can just, snap the finger, go to a specific, I guess state in general, like Texas or wherever, like what would you prefer with that? Well, like would you want to, or would you want to stay in California?
If I got a job at SoCal Edison or SDG&E, then I'd want to stay in California. Okay. Just because you get paid good, benefits are good, and the work is good. They're always going to be work. But if I just snap my finger and Northern California wasn't part of California, like taxes wise, and rules and regulations wise, I want to go to Northern California first. But that doesn't happen, so I've been thinking about Texas or Tennessee.
Texas or Tennessee?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's your philosophy on Tennessee then? Like, what interests you on that?
Ah, man, I want to go to the Jack Distillery.
You just want to get fucked up over there.
Yeah, No. It's more country. I
was about to say, you're into country stuff, right? Like, well, just culture-wise and music and all that.
Yeah, like, I mean, I grew up in the fucking valley, so like, that's going to be me. But I like the outdoors more. I like green and trees and the laid back and not a lot of people kind of thing. Yeah. So, Texas, Tennessee, they're very similar, and I don't know. I've heard nothing not a lot of bad things about Tennessee. So
Okay.
I was like, I gotta check that out sometime.
Okay, so between Tennessee and Texas, if you literally just, you have to choose right now, like, which one do you think and why?
I don't know yet.
You don't know?
Because I've been to Texas.
I'll take that answer.
Yeah. I've been to Texas when I was little, so I know how Texas is.
Yeah.
But I haven't been to Tennessee yet. I've only heard about them, so I haven't fully. I want to take a trip out there and go check that out.
I was about to say, I was like, probably the best thing is just like take a little vacation, like whether weekend or not, just to get the culture.
Yeah. I've heard really good things about it. I don't know how work is out there and like how the people are, because I know people in Texas hate Californians.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It just depends also what kind of Californian you are.
Yeah, well, we're technically in competition with Texas, like culture-wise. Like they were proud about the population, and then California took over the population rate or whatever. Like they had the most people in the state or whatever.
Yeah, I think so.
But
New York is up there too.
With that, did you ever have like whether growing up as a kid or like in high school, did you ever think of a different career before that, or were you just kind of always in the moment, just like?
I had no fucking clue.
No clue.
No clue. I was like, fuck it, I'll just play baseball then. And
I'll just get signed by the majors. Yeah.
I totally could have, but I started working. I was like, I don't think the heart wasn't there anymore.
Yeah.
Looking back at it, I wish I would have gone a little bit further. But at the same time, I don't regret my decision. And then I blew up my shoulder, and I was like, that don't matter anyways.
It's kind of fucked at that point. But yeah, I was about to say, I was like, that's why I left senior year, dude. I was like, dude, our first year on JV, sophomore year, dude, that was honestly, like, till this day, like, that will always be my favorite, like, era of baseball. Because it was like, we were good enough where we didn't actually have to practice, you know what I mean? Like, we just had it, and, like, we just had fun.
With Matlock?
Yeah, with Matlock in that era of time. Because no, actually, no. It was second. It was junior year. Totally junior year.
That was so fun.
Actually, yeah, I don't know why I thought of that. Yeah, no, it was junior year. I've totally fucked that up, bro.
With Andrew and Connor.
Yeah.
And who else was on the team? Nick Rico.
Yeah.
Me, you, Gabe. We had Tucky.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was a really good time.
I can't believe I mixed those up, dude. That's so.
Yeah, that's a big no-no.
Well, because what was weird for me is like when it comes to high school, like I feel like junior year in general was just the dopest because like I have memories and I can think of them, but like when it comes to like junior year, I know like so much like memories come to my head, but like sophomore, freshman year, I'll have to like take some time to literally like think like, oh, what happened? Oh yeah, whatever. Like honestly, one of them, I think it was sophomore year, is when like I 5-starred Isaiah Valdez in our class. Like that's one.
Gosh, in the middle of the classroom. Yeah. What did he do again? Did he like flick your ear?
He necked me. He necked me, and then like I was just one of those. I mean, you saw for me, it's like I don't mind like just fucking around and stuff. But if you're gonna like fuck with me in the sense of like try to express dominance, like I don't fuck with that. No. So it's like for instance when I got tabletop by Noah Rosa and I just fucking like it's just in the moment thing. Like I think that's like the toxic part of me is like I'm very chill. But if it's like if you get me to that point, and I don't think it's just all instincts after that point. But I mean, like I've never done anything like crazy verbally. It's just mainly like physically. Like if you fuck with me physically, and it's like, bro, like that's not gonna slide. Like
man, you do get away with your words though.
Yeah,
you're fucking pretty smart up there. I'll be like, wow.
It got washed out because just so many philosophy classes and reading. But honestly, like I'm a communications major back in the day. But like in the long run, it's cool to be on autopilot, which I haven't been on autopilot, honestly. So it's like, if anything, it's cool to say cool words and speak not mature, like I don't know, smart. But like I wish I was just like a character again, like just in the movie instead of being conscious, like just autopilot. I get tired of flying the plane. But but yeah, like so like just straight up, just kind of no idea. Like, did you ever? Okay, for instance, if in high school, if I were to just be like genie in the bottle, like what career do you think you would want? Like you would just be good at it. That doesn't even matter about like can you do it? Like you would have. If that makes sense.
Like, I mean, who doesn't want to fucking play baseball?
True.
You know what I mean? Who doesn't? You play a game, you get paid big bucks, And then you get an off season where you're able to train and go wherever. You know, that would be
true.
awesome.
I was going back to high school then, especially our senior year. I would say, like, honestly, when it comes to families, dude, I feel like you know too, like, you've got like a pretty dope family in the sense of just like the dynamics of everything. Like, there was no like, well, I know you probably experienced drama, obviously, but like I'm saying, like, when I look at your family, it's like the typical like American family in the sense of like what it should be every household, you know.
Yep, just white people in a house.
I'm just saying, like, it just, I don't know, like, it's like you had just the perfect combo. Like, you had your mom and dad, because like for me, my mom and dad are divorced and shit, and then you had a brother and a sister, so then you had like the equal amount of like, you know, each sibling gender wise.
Yeah.
And then fucking everyone just like seemed to get along, you know what I mean? Because like for me with my brother, it's like I got a brother, but like we don't necessarily talk or like really connect, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like he's my brother. He's my friend in the long run, but I'm just saying, like, it's just like there's that social connection where it's kind of just like I'm not natural anymore with him. But I feel like with your aspect, like that's home for a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like your home is like a lot of people's home, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But like I would say I had a question for
that,
no
problem.
But well, never mind. It's just in general. It's just like, how was it growing up with your family? Like what's something that you enjoyed like growing up, or like what was something that was funny?
I am extremely blessed and fortunate to have my family that I did. Like being close to my grandparents, lived on the same property as them. We grew on a property, not in like a track house, so we were away from things. We were outside running around more than anything. And it forced us to hang out with each other. And so we butted heads like a typical family.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's like we're all just best friends. You know what I mean? Like I just talked to my brother about this the other day. I said, dude, I forget you're my little brother. Because of like how good of a friendship we have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like
dude.
I took this kid when he was like 14, 15 years old, and we were getting hammered at the river and stuff. It's like, man, that's my little brother.
That's Brock. You know what I mean? Like that's Brock. It's not my brother. Like
that was something really cool too. Is having all you guys, you know, be friends with him too.
Yeah.
I didn't expect you guys to. If you guys didn't like him, like okay.
No, there's nothing wrong with Brock at all, bro.
But one of the times that really I remember a lot is when we were going to Connor's house. I think it was for Connor's surprise party or something. Yeah. Or not a surprise party, but just like a birthday party. Yeah. And he didn't expect that many people.
He just showed up, yeah.
And I jumped over the fence to go see you guys, and Connor was out back, and the first thing anybody said to me was, "Where's Brock?" Yeah. I was like, "Nice to see you guys too."
Well, you were already there, you know. Like if Brock showed up, we'd be like, "Where's Dom?"
And I was like, "I think he's showing up later." And he ended up showing up, and I was like, that's cool. I think Andrew still plays the Brock on Call of Duty sometimes. Really? He'd be like, hey, he texts me, he's like, hey, dude, what's Brock's number? I see these online. I want to ask him if he wants to play. Yeah,
I was about to say, dude, like Andrew's competitive, so you know Brock's good at that shit. Cause bro, like I've lost my membership there. I'm out of the squad via Warzone. But the cool thing about Brock too, especially hanging out with him, is because like me and my brother were like pretty cool with each other growing up when he was in high school. It was just kind of like in college, his personality just completely changed. He just matured, honestly, which is like. There's nothing I can blame about that, but it's like
different stages.
But you know how it's like you could be mature and then you could be, you know, free to whatever. Like it's just like I lost that aspect of him. Yeah. But anyways, with my brother being the younger brother, I was totally like that. Like I was hanging out with all his friends to the point where it was like, I would hang out with them for most of the time, like in my life. Yeah. Obviously, I would hang out with friends, but like half of my other life, like my group of friends was my brother's friends. And that's kind of what I liked about Brock, because it kind of reminded me of that aspect. And it was just like, I know the experiences that I had with my brother, with his friends growing up, especially like during their high school and like 4 years after high school, that era. So it was just kind of like, when it came to Brock, I was like, bro, it's like, it's your turn, you know, like that. I just knew that, like,
you're like, dude, that's like how I was.
Yeah, like it's just I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like it's dope. But with that and all thing, the random question is, how does your dad get the nickname Guido, by the way?
Dude, I have no idea.
It's just... Was it like before you were born then?
Yeah.
It was, okay. I thought you guys gave him Guido or something. Okay, that makes sense.
I want to say Navy, maybe? But I think it might have been before that, too. I don't know, I'm an Italian, big white Italian dude with the last name that sounds like macchiato. It's like...
I was going to say that, what's the origin of your last name? And then, like, what's your ethnicity?
It's Italian. I think Sicilian? I don't know. They're like a split family.
Yeah.
Like, mom was... my dad's mom and my dad's dad were two different Italians. Yeah. But, so it's Italian. We're not too big with the Italian culture. It's weird.
Yeah.
But then my mom is Dutch Indonesian.
Okay.
So her parents were from Indonesia, and then during the war they moved to the Netherlands.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, and then from there they took a boat and traveled to the United States.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Damn,
I did a whole project on that in like 5th grade.
That's actually, that's a pretty cool origin story. Cause like, I'd say there was no disrespect, but I don't know if it was come off wrong. But bro, if I were to guess your ethnicity, I would just say like the color brown. Like you know what I mean? Like you just tan, bro. Like I don't know. You know, like I don't know how to explain it. Cause like for me, I'm like a mutt of like Hawaiian, Japanese, and white. And like in the long run, I don't really look like a type. Like I just look like either or when I'm standing next to them. But it's my eyes that really just give it away as like I'm Asian, honestly. And like, but other than that, if you just do this, like,
you can go for
for me, I could be anybody like this. But but yeah, like
that's funny.
With that, but did your brother choose the Navy because your dad was in the Navy, and was that kind of impulsive? Because I didn't see that coming either.
I didn't either.
Okay.
It was kind of just random because he was like, dude, I think I'm gonna do the lineman school.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, sweet. Like, you already know you got a place to stay when you're up there.
Yeah.
And you can make some money while you're there because he's got work to do. That's what I did.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I think so. And he was talking about it, this and that. And then, boom, out of his ass, I'm going to go in the Navy. And I'm like,
the fuck?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, sure. And then, sure enough, he fucking hit up a recruiter.
Fuck.
Yeah, and he's gone.
Bitch. Dude. Well, yeah, but is he deployed right now, or is he just stay at home right now? Like he's waiting
in Chicago. He passed the boot camp, and now he's in A school.
What's his position, or like what's he trying to be in the Navy? ET? What is that?
No.
No, I dead ass. That's exactly what I thought too.
It's some type of electrical technician or something like that.
Shit.
Yeah, he was gonna go in for like firearms training where they test out just weapons.
Oh, that sounds dope, dude.
But when you're there, you say you want to do that, and then it's like, and nah, okay, yeah, we pick.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, touche. They give you.
They like you say, oh yeah, I want to go into this field, and they're like, okay, but in that field, there's a lot of other jobs within that, and then they're like, oh, you made this one.
It's just straight luck at that point. I was about to say with an electrician or technician, whatever.
That'll help them out.
That's what I was about to say. Like that's very applicable because like there's a lot of people, dude. Infantry is nothing, dude. Like you can't transfer that to like they call it civilian life, you know. Yeah. But like him seems like he'll be set. But yeah, I know a lot of people that like you get 5 options and you rank them. You know, the one I want the most, the one I want the least, and I know a lot of people that got the one they want the least. Yeah. And like it got to the point where
it's because that one is everybody's want the least.
Yeah.
So they just have to distribute it.
Because I was thinking, I was like, well, what if you put the one you want the most at the bottom? But then I realized like you probably, it doesn't work that way. I'm over
it backfires on you. You're like,
yeah. And then growing up and everything, were you always in Menifee?
Yeah, dude.
I were
born off of Clinton Keith in like Wildemar.
Oh shit! Okay, Inland Valley. You probably were born in the hospital. I work across the street from.
Oh, you know where it is?
Inland Valley.
It's like right before the 15 when you're going down.
Yeah, Wildemar, and it's got that like jumbotron. Yeah. Dude, I work right across the street from there.
Oh, you do?
I totally know where you're.
Yeah, I was born
in Temecula.
Me, I think all 3 of us. Me, my sister, and my brother, all born there.
Damn, that's dope. And then what schools did you go to then? Like elementary, middle.
I went to Cali Kirkpatrick.
Okay.
And then Oak Meadows opened up, so I went to Oak Meadows.
Okay.
And then I went to Bell. And
I was about to, dude, I would never get, like, you look more like an MVMS kid than a Bell, like, in the sense of, like, personality, because I don't, like, for me, because I came from MVMS, so I'm stigmatizing, we always viewed, like, Bell Mountain as, like, downtown, like, downtown really? Menifee, like, because you guys were like always
more
getting...
ghetto, or?
Not the, like, for the lack of the better word, like, ghetto, if to say it simply, but, like, but it was more so, like, you guys were, like, the kids that were, like,
troublemakers?
Yeah, to say it lightly.
We thought you guys were.
Really?
Yeah, I thought MVMS was more of like we're big and bad.
Well, you guys went on a hella lockdowns, right? Yeah. Fighting and shit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, cause we had one lockdown, and it was like people just kept fighting, and we went on lockdown. But like that was just one time. Yeah. And then there's like there's always those kids in middle school where it's like not only should they be in high school, they should already be graduated. The way the fucking puberty worked on them. We had like Kiari Burns or something. He was just a fucking like I don't even know why the fuck he was in middle school. Like at that point, like even in 7th grade.
Ass man.
dude, for real. Like you remember Jaquise Hicks in high school? Did you ever know he's a grade above us, or 2 grades above us?
Jaquise Hicks.
He was like if you knew, you knew. I was 6th grade. He was in 8th grade, and he just like looked like a senior at that time. But yeah, really? I was just bringing it up. But no, I was about to say that's kind of funny though. Interesting, like you.
Chocolates?
Huh?
Chocolates? Maybe that's how it's
yeah, Jacquez, or it was Jaquise. We called
football.
Football, yeah, because we called him. Well, I didn't call him, but like, because I had PE with the 8th graders like during his period, and they would call him Jaqueef because like they just fucked around with each other, and that's how I remember Jaquise. But no, that's pretty interesting though that you guys thought MVMS was ghetto because we were thinking like you guys were the one.
Dude, you remember the jerk battles and the shuffling battles?
Yeah.
I remember I was watching one and I was like, yeah, dude, this is sick.
You guys held it down though. I felt like we were just copying you guys in that phase.
They went crazy.
Like you guys owned it. Yeah.
And this one kid was, I remember they were grades above me, and one kid was just losing, getting his ass beat.
Yeah.
In one of those, and he just started swinging on dude, and just a full out fucking brawl.
What the fuck?
Right in front of me, I was like, I don't know what to do. Do I run? I'm gonna go play basketball now. I'll see you guys later.
Did you guys have what do you call it? Like, did you join any extracurricular activities like ASB or anything? Like, or did you just do regular class? You were in ASB?
Yeah.
8th grade?
Wait, no, not ASB.
Okay. Avid. Oh, fuck.
But I was forced in that.
Avid feels like it was just like extra work for nothing. Like, in my opinion, like it was like I felt like it wasn't applicable.
No, for me, the only reason why I liked Avid was because it was like the first year that they had it, or the second year that they had it. So they're still new. They're trying to figure it out. But I had all my friends in that class.
Oh, okay.
Like Gabe sat right next to me. Yeah. Remember Deshaun and Christian Garcia?
Oh, yeah. Deshaun, yeah.
They were in that class too. Christian Duhan.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know Christian.
No, I know Duhan, but I just didn't really talk to him.
They were all in the same class. We had all of our friends were in that class. So it was a blast. And we didn't have like work. To do. It was just more of like a study hall class. Yeah, that's how I viewed it. It was just like you just study more. But I did that one year in high school too, freshman year, and then I was like,
I was about to say, dude, it just seems like just extra. Like I always viewed it as extra work because I avoided AP classes as much as I could.
I tried to.
Well, because the hard part was like all my friends were taking AP, so it was just like naturally I felt like all right, fuck it. But like AP English, I avoided and I regret because like we were in our like the class we had senior year with. Was it Mackenzie? Dude, I would have rather honestly if I knew the experience we were gonna have with that teacher, bro, I would have just done AP and just done the extra work because it felt more of like again it felt like a job that where I was like fuck I gotta go to work fuck I gotta go to Mackenzie's class. You would do like a shit ton of work and it wasn't enough. Yeah. And then you don't turn it or you turn in something and it's not even finished and then you get an A on it and you're like what's going on here? Yeah. And then you look at her wrong. Yeah. And she just goes full on like, get out of the class. Yeah, no, I got kicked out for sleeping when I wasn't sleeping, dude. I was just doing, and what I should have done is when she put me in the fucking middle, I should have just went to the principal and been like, hey, can you tell my teacher to let me fucking learn? Like just to rap, not because I want to learn, but like just to piss her off, put her in a spot. Yeah, fuck her. But yeah, I remember the one memory in Mackenzie or McKenna, I forgot her name, but her class was we wrote essays and everyone had to read each other's essays and it was like a tournament of like who had the best essay. And for me, I wrote pretty well like the first page, but then because for the sake of time, like I was running out of time, so I just bullshitted the other half. But then it ended up winning.
Yeah, I
and she
remember.
had
I was like,
fucking. She read it out loud though, and then because I knew my last paragraph or like the last page was just shit, and I was like, fuck, because I think what happened was nobody finished the essays. They just, you know what I mean, like they just read because that's what I was doing honestly.
We didn't have enough time, so it was, and then she wanted so much, so at the end you're just like, okay.
Yeah, so then she had to read it, and then she, like, to end it off, she realized I was like, I just fucking didn't finish strong on it. But one of the last questions with that though is like, when did you first meet Gabe? Because that's like one of your best friends. Well, it is your best friend.
Yeah, 7th grade. I remember we were playing baseball, and you remember JJ?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
So, I didn't like JJ at first.
Yeah,
because in Little League, like we had the little rivalry.
JJ was a little cocky.
He was. He was a little dickhead.
Like
man.
he's a dude that would wear the sleeve. Like he had like the baseball swag and stuff. Yeah.
He was a little dickhead at first.
Yeah.
I love JJ. I'll do anything. No. But at first, I didn't like him. Like we played in the game, and it was just like that rivalry. And I figured out Gabe was on his team, and I just heard about this kid. And he was supposed to be good. Came from San Diego. And so I remember they were in a game, and I'm walking around watching the game. And I had a bag of hot Cheetos. I'm like looking at him, like, you the new kid from San Diego? He's like, yeah. I'm like, what's up, man? And he's like, hey, how's it going? I don't know. I saw him at school, and then we were fucking friends ever since then. I go over to his house all the time, and
you guys did travel ball, right? Like TBA or something. The blue.
Yeah,
were you in that?
FBA.
FBA.
And we did that. We take family trips together. I don't know. It's just ever since then. Now, hey, how's it going, man? Not so much. What's going on? He's a cop now.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, Gabe. Sorry, I was thinking JJ. I was like, JJ just became a cop too.
No.
Okay, yeah,
he's
no.
an electrician.
I didn't. No, yeah, I knew he was an electrician, but I just first. It's because you were talking about JJ last, so I was like, wait, he became a cop too. But yeah, no, Gabe turned into a cop, bro. I didn't expect that either, and it seemed like he went he got it fast, like.
Yeah, he. Well, it was a little bit of a step.
He kept it low key. Well, then again, I wasn't like as close, but you know.
Yeah. It did happen quick, in a sense, but at first he did Riverside, and there's this one. It's like not a psych test, but like a personality test where they have somebody say like, you passed,
if
or somebody
or whatever.
Yeah, and it's all solely based off their opinion.
Oh. And
I guess a lot of the cops don't like that because.
It's inconsistent.
Yeah,
seems like.
Exactly. Depending on if they have a good day or what kind of mood they're in. So he didn't pass. I don't know if I'm supposed to be talking about this, Gabe. Sorry, but
we'll put it unlisted.
So after that, he went to San Diego.
Didn't say the last name. That's all.
Right. Yeah.
Don't say it. I don't know why I thought you.
I was going to.
Yeah. No, I know. I felt it.
But after that, he went to San Diego, and he got like a dispatch job for San Diego PD. And he was doing that for a while. He put in his time there. He was doing a lot of night shifts. And I don't know, it was crazy. He heard like crazy stories doing that. And then from there, he tried to get into the police academy. He got accepted, passed all the background stuff, all the tests, and boom, did the police academy, passed the police academy, and now he's a full-on cop.
Damn, dude, it's wild.
I told him if he ever tries to pull me over, I'm going to beat his ass in front of the cop car dash cam.
Damn. So one of the topics I had on last was the what's your opinion on like the woke culture and how do you define it?
Oh shit! You're just jumping right into it.
Yeah, we've been talking for a minute, dude.
But have we? Has it?
Yeah, dude. It's almost been I think an hour on this shit.
Oh
I gotta check here. But here you could start it off and then let me look at
woke culture. Oh man. Sorry for the cut.
Ben's doesn't give a shit. Told him beforehand, but anyways.
He said, "Fuck you, my house. I don't care."
Yeah, he's got the right.
Yeah. Woke culture. I don't know.
Again, you get there's at this point if you say something where it's like you don't want to be public because we're not famous or anything. Just put it. I'll just put it as unlisted. So we'll only be seeing.
This
shit.
is my I don't care. This is my view, you know? If you want to be woke, cool.
Yeah.
People are going to try their best to be woke. And honestly, in this day and age, who gives a fuck if it doesn't involve you? You know what I mean? And it goes for both sides. Like, if somebody wants to live their life.
I thought you were gonna say if someone wants to live their white life.
Yeah, yeah. You know, because white. No, it's fine. I always have jokes. Right. I always have jokes with my dad about that. Yeah. Because he's white and his family's white.
Yeah.
And so this is off topic, but there's this one time we were sitting there and we were watching a show and they were talking this and that, and I was like, man, dude, white people, I hate them. And his sister was there, and she's like, and he's just like, yeah, dude, fuck those people. It's I don't know, it's funny. Like, you're able to just joke around people.
Yeah.
And right now, and I feel like you really have to watch what you say, because if you say something, it'll just hurt somebody's feelings. It's like, dude, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. It's not intended to hurt anybody's feelings. It's just a joke. All right. But, yeah.
Well, I would say it's just hard because it's just, with generations, like, obviously we're a generation, our parents are a generation, and there is a clear difference between us and our parents, in the sense of, like, how they talk. Like, compared to us talking to friends, we talk a certain way, and we talk with certain people are friends, homies with their parents, but I'm just saying old adults have different...
I don't think... I get what you're saying, but...
I know where you're heading, but keep going.
I was saying, like, they talk like how we talk.
Yeah.
In their day and age.
I'm at that age. I'm at that age. I know, yeah,
but
I'm at that age.
As they grow up, they still do, we just don't see it.
Yeah.
And they talk differently.
Mm-hmm.
But, so it's like, we're going through the same phases that they were, just different time periods, different, you know what I mean? Have you ever heard of the saying, tough times create strong people, and easy times create the weak people?
Yeah.
Dude, we grew up in an easy time. Yeah, we had Iraq, but we were too young.
Yeah, we had Iraq.
Like,
we had 9/11.
We had 9/11, but we were too young. Couldn't do anything about
Afghanistan.
it. We didn't have a war that we were all enlisted or most of us had to go into.
Well, that's what I fear is like that time will come.
So
probably.
we've had.
I'm not gonna be in it, but
we've had it easy. Yeah, I'm just gonna send my fucking brother.
Well, hopefully it's on land, so you don't gotta do shit.
Nah, dude. Yeah, no, he's just in a fucking boat with full of dudes. I joke around with him all the time about that. I'm pretty sure he's getting drunk right now in some hotel room or something. Fucking little gay boy. Oh, shit. Yeah. Cut that out. No, I knew I was gonna fuck up with him.
That's what I was saying. I was like, at the end of it, we'll figure out like if we want to be public, where there's a chance that someone that we know might see it. But
at the same time, I'm not gonna say anything derogatory or completely negative or put me on the cancel list.
It's more of a rational thought. Yeah, if it's rational, it's rational.
This is just my opinion.
Yeah.
And going back to it, people want to live their lives a certain way. Go ahead. Live your life how you want to live it. I don't care. And nobody else should care. That's your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's your life.
Yeah. If
it doesn't affect me in how I'm living my life, why the fuck should I care? Mm-hmm. Now, but then going back at it, it's like, don't get mad at me because I don't see eye to eye. Not seeing eye to eye, but like, I don't have the same feelings in a sense. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's worded right. I don't think I'm wording that right at all. That sentence, but like,
yeah,
I don't even know how to begin it, but like when they just get mad. Oh, you said this, or you talk about this, or you talk about that. I don't like that. You shouldn't do that. Like,
so okay, to build off of what you're saying. There's good people, and then I should use an example, but just to be very bland or blunt. There's good people, bad people. Good people blue, bad people red, and then there's purple. And I feel like we're a shade of purple leaning on the blue side, but we're still like, you know what I mean? Like, for instance, like you can make jokes and joke around with your friends, but then you know that not to make jokes with strangers with that type of shit.
Right. Because you don't know, and that's where you go at it, like you don't want to offend anybody. And it's not to offend anybody. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you're not saying it with an intent to hurt at all.
Yeah.
You're just living your life, talking how you grew up
Mm.
talking, or how other people grew up talking, you've overheard and stuff like that, how everybody did.
Like that.
And I know... What's up?
Oh, just go.
I know people change and they have views,
yeah.
and I respect it. Have whatever you feel. Like, I don't care. If you, like,
fuck you.
I have... like, I know people, and I'm friends with people, and they can do whatever they want. Fucking my friend wants to smoke weed and snort coke all fucking day. Okay, dude. It's not gonna affect my life. I'll be there if they need help.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, like, force that on them. But that's their life to live. And nobody should be mad about how they live. And at the same time, you can't get mad at somebody if they don't live that life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The safest, I guess, I'm getting a little tossed with this shit. I got a burp.
You're good.
So the safest way to explain it or give an example, it's kind of like, think of like cussing. Like, some people just don't like, this is the safest way to explain it. Some people don't like cussing. Some people don't care about cussing. And some people just cuss every fucking sentence. Yeah, so it's just one of those scenarios where it's like, at least in my perspective, I acknowledge, and it's probably easier because I do cuss, I acknowledge that there is foul language out there, and it's more so like, I'm okay with it, but I'm conscious enough to know who to be like that around with, and I know that when I cuss, I'm not saying like, fuck you to someone, like, with that true fuck you know what I mean? It's more of like, oh, fucking, like, fuck you, man, like that's just, like, that's how I use it, like, fuck you, man, but like, not like, fuck you, you know? But I think the hard part is just, for instance, like, to use like real shit, like, growing up back in the day, it was common to say retard and like gay, and like that was kind of like our foundation growing up, especially because I had a brother that was in high school 7 years above me. So my foundation of like social structures was growing up around that area of the early 2000s, 90s for him. So I was getting his 90s influence. And that was kind of common to be like, oh, dude, that's retarded, or like, oh, shit, that's gay. And it's not like, oh, like, for me, because I was raised on that, it wasn't that I was saying like, oh, that's retarded because, like, you know, fuck retarded people, or like, oh, that's gay because, like, fuck gay people. It's more of just like, that was like the word that I was taught. Like, it could have been any kind of word. It just was gay and retard. Yeah. So like, for me, I acknowledge that times have changed. So I don't say those things, but I also know that when I do say those things, like, for instance, I got my cousins, you know, at the time, she's bisexual, but like, she used to be just like complete lesbian. And there was times where I'd be like, oh shit, that's gay. And then I'd be like, fuck. But then as time, you know, like,
I did that with my cousin too.
Yeah, like,
I was like, son of a gun.
I was like, shit. I was like, that's not, you know what I mean? But like, she understands. That's the thing. Like, there's people that, you know, they understand that.
Yeah, they're not gonna take it to the heart because they knew you didn't take it. You didn't mean it in the intent.
Like, she has the right. Like, even if I know that I didn't intend it, she has a right to be upset that I would say those words. Yeah. And like, I'm not gonna defend myself and be like, why can't I say gay? Like, I totally understand. But it's also the fact of, like, there's people out there that disagree with using that word, but I think it's easier when it's, like, just, you know, your friend or personal friend. Like, you understand that when someone does say that word, you know deep down, or you hope to believe that deep down, that's not their true intention of saying, like, I'm saying this because I truly don't fucking like them. It's just more of, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's just kind of, it's just culture, and that's how it is. But I think the weird part is that we're getting in a phase where with social media, it's
that's another one.
With social media, we're kind of living in a glass box, and we're losing our freedom of speech in the long. It's not that we're getting censored, but it's like, I feel like people are truly limiting themselves, and they truly do have to, like, it's important to think before.
You have to hold back so much.
It's important to think before you speak, but by thinking before you speak, this is like philosophy, but by thinking before you speak, you're putting a filter in who you truly are. So you can express properly and be formal and be respectful, and you know, that's good. I'm not saying not to, but when it comes to just individuality and identity, you're not necessarily truly being who you are in the long run.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like acknowledging like people are who they are, and it's a matter of just simply choosing who you want to be around. It's not you need to be one of us, because it's like there's always going to be Team Red, Team Blue, you know, Dodgers, Angels.
I think that's stupid too. It's like,
yeah.
I don't want to talk about politics, but going into politics,
dude.
You're supposed to pick somebody who's going to run the country.
Yeah.
And you gave us these two choices?
Yeah. That's one of them complicated.
One of them doesn't even know what's going on, and then the other one arguably starts fights, which is, you know, like, everybody's got their own opinions about it.
Yeah.
Both of them, you could go deep and this and that and all about it, but both of them, like, seriously, if you're trying to run a country, and I know there's a lot of corruptness going on in the government, this and that, you got that, like, those are the best ones? It's like, come on, dude. We need somebody who's gonna grab the reins, help the country, and help the people in the country, and not focus on the money. Because that's what it's all behind right now. It's just all money.
It's hard because it's capitalism. Like, that's just kind of for our economy's sake. Like, I don't think it's going to change, honestly.
For me, I like capitalism in the aspect of, okay, I went to a trade school. I could go, because of going to this trade school, I could go and find a trade, and I can make really good money here. I could start my own business, make money doing that too. You're like, I like capitalism in the aspect of you could work as hard as you want to work for the money that you want to work, and it can come out to being boom, and you making it. Yeah, there's flaws. You got a lot. You get poverty here and there, and I feel like our tax dollars could go to different aspects of where it's actually going to.
Yeah.
But that all comes with the corruptness of how corrupt the government is, and what's going on behind the scenes that nobody sees or knows about, supposedly. But yeah, I like capitalism in that aspect of, okay, I can work for my money. I'm making my money, and I'm earning my money. Now I could go and do and buy things that I want to. That's what, got me the stuff that I have. Maybe not the smartest decision that I've done, buying those things, but I was able to. And that's what I like about capitalism. Because, I don't like taxes. I see half my paycheck gone. It's like, well, shit.
I just don't like how it's inconsistent state to state.
Yes.
But it makes sense, honestly, but
and that's
just
supposed to divide the federal government of controlling everything, you know what I mean? Which is cool.
Yeah. But not.
it's cool, but then it cannot be at times too, because like gas prices going up for no reason.
Yeah. That's just,
I heard there's a surplus in oil in America, so for gas prices to be going up, it's not.
Doesn't make sense.
It's not because we're down in oil, but
it's just they make money. Well, that's the scary part, is the idea that like fossil fuels and all that, it's not a renewable resource. So it's just the idea of like, when the fuck are we gonna run out?
Yeah. I thought about that with water.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, water is recycled, so like the water you drink, low key has been pissed out like 3, 4, 7 times.
Yeah.
Like, so
it's kind of nasty, so you don't think about that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, just start going into the ocean and filtering out the salt or something. I don't know.
Well, the interesting is submarines actually do that.
Yeah.
They make their own water through the salt water, so it is possible. I'm just assuming it probably doesn't taste that good, honestly, or there's a possibility where it's actually still not healthy to drink it. But I understand that like they can filtrate their own water with the seawater.
Did you know cats can do that? I think it's their liver is so strong. Like if they were to drink the seawater, it would filter out all the salt.
Gross. Yeah,
it would filter out all the salt.
That's actually interesting. Though.
Talking about
we gotta evolve.
Yeah, I know, right? Fuck, 9 lives.
We'll be mermaids by the end of our lifetime.
Talking about social media, though.
Yeah. We'll transfer to that.
I hate social media. The only reason I go on social media is to see funny stuff and to send it to you guys. That's the only reason. Otherwise, I hate how political it's gotten and this and that, and it's like you can't. It's not fun anymore. You look back at like 2012 Twitter, people are fucking wilding out on there, and nobody was taking it to heart. And now it's like you say one wrong thing,
You gotta start deleting tweets in this timeline.
You lost your job. Look at my brother's calling me. Hold on. Hey, you tossed?
So you don't want to talk to your fucking brother anymore?
Let me call you right back. I'm in the middle of something. Say action.
What's up, bro? Bro, are you tossed or what? You look tossed already. You got the cheeky smile, dude. Yeah. You look frozen.
I wish I was dead.
Yeah.
Let me call you back, all right?
Okay, I'm gonna send you a little video real quick.
Okay, all right, later, buddy.
All right, peace.
Stupid. Gabe called me too. Yeah. So like, I like going on TikTok more than Twitter because you just got funny, creative ass videos, and people are just like, you know what, boom, here it is, like, have fun. Because I feel like society just gets so involved with social media, which is, it's not, how do I say it? Social media is a big part of everybody's life. You get news from there. You can talk to people.
I said nudes.
That too.
Misheard it, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it is a big part.
Yeah.
But people take it, like, too much. In my opinion. This is just my opinion. Like,
yeah.
They take it too much to where not everything you see on social media is true. Not everything revolves around social media. You have a life out the door. Like, if you just walk right outside, there's a whole world.
There's a life out there, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you should want to go and do something besides being on social media. But
I think, well, to explain social media, because we got social media pretty early for our lives. Like, I feel like it's a different aspect for people that were like older and then got to truly experience like life and then got social media after, where it benefited them. I think for us, because we technically grew up with social media, because like I had a MySpace pretty early on, so technically I was with social media. Social media allows you to connect with people that you've already connected in real life and keep a connection even if they're not face to face and they're far away, and that's cool because you're able to do that. But then I think like Facebook and MySpace, because those were the first OGs, those were fine because it was like you only talked to the people that you knew.
yeah.
And then with Twitter and all this stuff,
like,
you start having communities, and it's dope because I like pros and cons. Like the pros is like I have a lot of friends, like, you know, never would hang out with anyone in fucking Tucson, Arizona, and yet I've got like, if I ever go to Tucson, which I don't think I really will, I might live.
Alright. It's not
well,
bad.
dude, I'm thinking. Well, this is where I should.
Cool. I'll live all
this is where I might unlist the podcast.
Okay.
But like, if I were to like live in Phoenix, Arizona for a year, I may or may not tell the Tucson people I live in Arizona right now. You know, but like it's just dope to like be able to connect with new people that you would have truly never met, but at the same time, because of that aspect, people's lives, their social lives, and basically their real lives revolve around a world that theoretically doesn't exist. So it's just like, for me, I always end up like taking a break from social media because it gets to the point where it's like if you were to, all the time I spent on social media, if you were to just delete that, I truly wouldn't have a real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you were to just minus all the hours I spend scrolling, watching TikTok, blah, 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 and then you just accumulate the hours I put where it's like I go to the grocery store and I have a conversation with someone, you know, like I just meet new people. Like it doesn't work that way for me. And I feel like if social media didn't exist, it would be that way. But in the long run, to say it simply, because I'm like ranting about it, but it's just the idea of like, I feel like genuality, just being genuine. I can't think of the right term, but being genuine, I feel like doesn't like exist anymore. Being open in real life, because people are very open on social media, but because they have that outlet, like people aren't open to like talking in general, like in real life, when it really matters, in my opinion.
Yeah, you have to be able to say what you're feeling in real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I know what you mean. Yeah, I don't know. Social media is cool. It's got its ups and downs.
Yeah. Okay, now it's just audio, by the way.
Okay. My bad.
No, there's nothing. It's just, I don't have like a battery that lasts. we'll adjust to that in the future.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I wanted to talk about that, but at the same time, I don't want to offend people.
Yeah. Like
and
I said,
it's not like I'm trying to. It's just like, okay. And it's not even like that I think it would offend people, but it could. So I don't want to say it. Just because, like, if it did, I don't want it to.
Yeah. And that goes back to what I said about the filter, like think before you speak. Like, it's thinking before you speak. And again, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just you don't get to be you in the long run.
And it's not even about like being me. It's like some people will be like, "Oh, well, you're thinking that it will offend you or it'll offend somebody, so you're not gonna say it. That's already bad. Like, you're guilty there." It's like, no, that's not it at all. I don't want to start up that conversation with you. That's exactly what I'm trying to prevent.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're like,
for me, where I stand on it is like relating where I live. I live away from the track house and all the communities. I live away from people.
Yeah.
I like my life like that too. Away from other people, just, I'm going to do me, you do you. I don't care. Of course, if it affects me in a way that it's going to, in a negative way, then I'll say something.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be a dick. And depending on how major the circumstances, I'm not going to be a dick about it, but I'll say something just to bring it up. Because it takes quite a bit to get me, like, mad. I'm not one to just be like, oh, I'm fucking mad. So, I don't know. It's just like that. Just let people live their lives. If there was not so much drama in the world and the whole trying to get attention, I think, and
for me, it's
like,
attention.
And look at it. Like, look at, I am doing this and this and blah blah blah. And, you don't need that attention.
Yeah.
That's and. I don't know if this is gonna offend, but like, I don't know if that. Like,
you don't have the trip. We don't have an audience.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Who knows? But I'm just saying we don't got an audience.
But like the whole attention thing, that's for me. I feel like if you want attention, that's like figuring yourself out. Because let me tell you, been there before, done that. You don't need attention. What you need is you need to accept yourself. Have people in your life that accept you for who you are.
Yeah.
And you're going to be a lot happier than you ever will be by just getting the attention and acceptance of people while you are being somebody that you're not.
And at that point, you'll truly be free. You know, like you're not free. It's not that you're a slave, but like you're not truly free.
You just
put
feel
yourself
like,
in a life
boom,
you feel like you need
so much weight's off your shoulders. That's why I always tell people, like, dude, just be yourself. I don't care. Do whatever you want to do. We'll hang out. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except if you come at me sideways. Like,
if you ran it on me sideways, I'm about to drop down that pole and drop some hands.
Yeah, exactly. 25 feet up, dog.
Yeah. I'll drop a 25 feet uppercut. But yeah, no, that's kind of what pushed me away from social media in the long run, because I started getting caught up in that life where it's like, you know, we have our ups and downs, and it's like you're not going to be open with your downs on social media. You only want to show your ups.
Yeah.
And from my personal perspective, there came a time where it was like I wasn't like, I was happy here and there, but like in the, you know, if you look at life as a whole at that time, I wasn't truly happy. I was just showing the versions of myself that I was happy, and people would perceive me as this. I think that's what happened. So like people, because you know I was always doing stupid shit and all that stuff, and it's like for me it was more so like in my mind it's like that's entertaining to the viewers.
Yeah,
say that with quotation marks because we got video, but with that aspect, I enjoyed making that content. I still do, but then people would only see that version of me and expect that that's the 100% me. So like everyone, because you know, like when you're at a party or whatever, you're always gonna be posting like stories while you're drinking and stuff, and it's like, yeah, dude, I'm totally degenerate at those times of hanging out with people and socializing, but that isn't my life every fucking day. Like I'm pretty different. Like after that, like so, it always like once I realized like, oh, I'm chin. Honestly, dude, like once I was, and there's nothing wrong with chin, but like it's not that. It's not that I don't like the word chin. I don't like what Chin is known as, you know, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it's not that I'm ashamed of that persona of me. It's just that I know personally, because it's my life, that I know that's if anything like 30% that's Chin. There's a 70% that still exists, and honestly, the only people that truly see that are like close friends and like, you know, family and you know, love life or whatever. But like for the people that are just kind of like trying to get to know me, they put that as the foundation of who I am, and that's what's just that. Yeah.
Smacked his head into the watermelon.
Yeah, dude, that fucking haunted me for a while. Honestly, not anything bad, but it was like so many people knew me for that video, and it was like, damn, like I have no clue who the fuck you are. That's how you view me. But yeah, so I mean, like I don't have a regret about anything, but it was more so the fact of like I wanted to be like truly transparent with my life, but then it wasn't even worth being transparent. Because then that's almost being woke. Like, it's like I didn't want to be transparent fully on social media in the sense like I'm posting everything about my life, so I just cut it off, and so like I'll just take breaks. Yeah, so in the long run, it's time. I just don't like wasting too much time on it. I feel like it's important to be productive every day, and that's what truly motivates me. But also another portion of that aspect that builds onto it is just the idea of like it's just, you know, the people that truly know me, like they know, and I'd rather just leave it at that. Like I don't need to advertise and market myself for other people. It almost feels like
accept me or don't.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
it just feels weird. It just feels like social media is just marketing your personality for people, and it just feels like a business more than like a lifestyle, I guess. But yeah, I've been out of that. Long story short.
I agree. That you basically put in better words that I could not achieve of what I was trying to say.
Yeah, but it's built off of your words, though. Built off your words.
I call you Chin, not because of like who I
Chin was. Like
I'm just trying to get at that.
Yeah.
I just call you Chin just because, I don't know, it's easy to roll off the tongue. Chin.
No, I'm totally not bothered by Chin, but it's just more so like I just know initially like the people that don't truly know me or knew me just as Ashton or whatever.
Chin?
Yeah, it's like there's a it's a character, like it's a, you know what I mean, like it's just like a persona or something of me. So it's just I just know deep down the foundation of Chin for people that don't know me, that are just meeting me. It's like, oh, like I'm like, you know, just a character. That's the only way I can think of it. Like it's just like Chin is just like, you know, I keep saying the same shit, but it's just like I just keep repeating myself, but it's just a persona, and that's what's hard. It's like, because after that, it's like you already have the initial thoughts about me, and then it's like, it's not that I'm pressured, but it just feels like, not that that's the only thing they want to see, but it's just
you feel obligated, and you're like,
yeah, it's just different, yeah. But I don't know. But with going back to life in general, though, what about motorcycles? Like, how do you like your motorcycle, and how'd you get into that, though?
I've always liked motorcycles. I think preschool, you know, at the end they ask you, like, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Yeah, I want to be a motorcycle driver.
It was
Hells Angels.
I either said, I want to be a dirt bike rider, or I said I want to be Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Whichever one I said, I know all the parents laughed at me for whatever I said. I'm pretty sure it was dirt bike rider.
Yeah.
They all laughed at me and my teacher, and I looked at him like, what the fuck? Like,
fuck this bitch, yeah.
You guys are asking me, dog. But, so I've always liked dirt bikes. Never was good at them. I could ride fast, I could turn, whatever. I could ride the hell out of them. But when it came to jumping and doing tricks,
oh, dude,
I crashed like motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. I've been there.
And, I don't know. I met Joe. He had a Harley, and I was like, fuck, dude. I want a Harley. And he's like, well, get one. I was like, I know my parents did not like the whole idea. From the growing up, they're like, no, you'll never have a street bike.
Yeah.
Harley, they were a little bit better with because it wasn't that like, crotch rocket thing.
Yeah.
Then I just got to the age where I was just like, I'm going to get one. And then I told my dad, I was like, hey, dude, I think I'm going to get Harley. And he goes, well, you got to talk to your mom about that. Because their rule was, as long as you're living in our house, you're not going to have one. And I said, all right.
Damn, son.
And I told him, I was like, all right, I'll ask her. And I told her, and she's like, cool, do you want me to help you look?
Oh, shit.
And he was there, he's like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
she just said that, and I looked at him, and I was like, yeah. He's like, fuck you, dude. And he was like, I got a Harley, and it's great. You know, it's like, when I'm not on social, it gives me, it's like another little hobby thing that I get to do. I'm out buying parts or something, working on the bike, servicing it, cleaning it, going on rides, and it's just one of those things where I can escape. I'm on the bike, going, I got my headset. I got a headset now, so I can talk to like Gabe, or I can listen to
That's
music.
dope.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's dope,
Gabe
actually.
is fucking funny when you're talking to him about that.
Dude, that is sick. I never thought of that, bro. It turns almost like a video game almost.
Yeah,
like,
you're riding and you're like, hey, dude, watch this. And you're doing something funny.
Dude.
Or like, fucking catch up to me. Yeah.
I didn't know that existed.
Yeah.
That actually changes like my whole like. That makes me want one more now. But
it's fun. It's
Damn.
it's some money when you got to put some work into it, but there's always Jimmy rigs and not Jimmy rigs, but like different ways you can go about things, and you can make your bike the fucking fastest bike, best bike, whatever. But at the end of the day, it's how you ride it, and it's whether or not you have fun.
Because to give you an idea, like an analogy, like for instance, entrepreneurship, they say don't focus on the outcome, just love the process. Building off of that, similar to driving, it's a little different for me now because I enjoy road trips, so I do enjoy the driving. But for regular people that drive cars, it's just a matter of getting to point A to point B. Like driving isn't fun; it's just to get to point A to point B. I feel like with motorcycle driving, it's not necessarily about getting to point A to point B. The process in between of driving itself is an experience that like is enjoyable.
Yeah.
But yeah, like. And it's cool though, because then, like I said, like again, it makes it better with company and that shit, and like having the crew, like that's just dope. Have you guys tried to make a biker gang? Because I know that you guys have the leather vest.
No.
It's low-key sketchy because I was watching a documentary, bro, and I was gonna tell you guys. They
take it serious.
They take it serious, and the thing is if you wear a biker vest, and this was I don't know, like obviously times have changed.
Yeah.
But Hell's Angels, when they were like really thriving, if you were at a biker bar or just a bar and bikers came and you were wearing a blank vest, you would get fucked around with, like they would beat you up for wearing a blank vest because you're supposed to have, like they don't care if you're a part of them, but you need a patch. If you don't have a patch on your biker vest, they'll fuck with you.
I guess now with all that, if you don't have a patch, then they're like, okay, this guy's just has a bike, it's for fun.
Yeah.
But respect the rules. Like, dude, there's a lot of unwritten rules. Like, if you see a biker gang riding on, and there's a group of them riding on the freeway, you can't pass them. Yeah, there's this video that came out. There's this dude who was just riding, and he was trying to pass him, and one of the back dudes like almost kicked him off the bike, telling him get back. And he's like, well, okay, and he's like slowed down, got behind, and then the group leader like pulled off like out to where he was able to see him and went like this, and the guy in the back's like, now you can go. And then the dude was able to pass. You have to. It's like they have to give you permission to pass.
It's fucking wild. It's it sounds scary, Loki.
If you got a patch, that just causes more trouble because then they're like, oh, well, what are you? Are you a real biker gang or you want to be? Yeah. Because like to get a patch and be a biker gang, you have to go through like a committee. Yeah. And to actually be recognized. Mm. It's a trip. I don't want to be any part of that. I seriously. You wear the vest is very convenient because you got a lot of pockets. Mm-hmm. That's the best
I just have the vest for the pockets. Don't beat me up.
You got the best part. You got one on the inside. I put my wallet inside.
You can be the pocket biker gang.
You got the top left pocket for the vape. You got the top right pocket for the mask now because you know you gotta have a mask, and then it also blocks the wind. So
it's basically a fishing vest in a way, but for non-fishing.
Exactly. And it's I don't know. You look cool too. You can take dope photos and you in a vest. Nice.
Is there something with the vest where it's like act like you fall? Does that help you some way? Like prevent from it helps you slide. You know what I mean?
The leather won't rip as easy as like cotton stuff. Okay. So like, that's why people will wear like a full suit of leather or something like that. Like the street bikers. Mm-hmm. But in a sense, if you fall, you're still gonna get fucked up. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's true. That's why you always. That's the biggest thing too. When you're riding, you want to have fun, but you have to keep your head on a swivel. There's too many times where I've gone through Temecula, people are just not paying attention, just going into the lanes. And you're just like, pay attention, you dumbass.
That is.
I'm right here, right behind you.
Yeah, that is what is sketchy, because it's like, I know if I were to get a bike, I'm not going to do anything sketchy, because I just don't have the skills for that, but what is, that does actually prevent me from getting it is the idea of like, for instance, I got my first car accident, a few months ago, like it was like week 12 of NFL, and I bumped someone in the back, and like luckily no damage, no big deal, and it was just like, oh shit. But if I was on a fucking bike, like I would have fell off my bike.
Whole other story, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just that idea of like I've been in times where I'm in a car and I have to swerve out the way if someone cuts off, they don't see me, and blah blah blah. And it's just the idea of like if I was on a bike, it'd be a whole different story. And I don't know if I would again have the skills to like swerve and still be on my bike.
There's been a couple of close calls where I'm like, wow, did I really just like make
Survive.
that move right there? Yeah. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And then now it's like weird because having a bike, when I'm driving and say somebody does like just jerk in front of me and I'm like, oh shit, I have to get over.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
That time I didn't check to see if there was a bike behind me or something or next to me.
Yeah.
What if I just did that and it like paranoids me because like I'm always now like always, or I always have been, but looking out for other bikers and other cars, you know, just being aware, just trying to be respectful over all that shit.
Yeah.
So it's cool. I like it. It's fun. If you ever get one, let me know. You know, dude, we have a lot of people that ride with us now.
For real?
Yeah, like so.
You basically do have a biker gang then.
No,
I'm just saying.
Like so Joe had the bike first, which made me was like, okay, I want to get a bike. Then Chris, Kylie's dad,
Yeah.
he's like one of our friends too.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I'm gonna get a bike now. So he got a bike.
Then Gabe.
Then Gabe got a bike.
Yeah.
Then Jed got a bike because I've been hanging out with Jed.
Oh yeah, because yeah.
He's deployed right now. He's in Japan, but I've been hanging out with him, and it's like he got a bike, and then remember Joey Lively
Yeah.
and Martin Magla.
Manglona?
Yeah,
Bro, how is he?
he's good.
I have not seen him like since middle school.
I barely talked to him in high school.
Yeah.
I just knew who he was, and when we went riding with Joey Lively, he's like, I'm gonna bring a buddy,
Yeah.
and he showed up, and then Isaiah Valdez,
Bro.
and I was like, dude, how's it going? And so we've been friends now. We'll go on rides sometime.
Yeah.
And so it's cool. Like if we want to ride, we got a lot of people that we're able to ride with.
Yeah.
And but he's pretty cool. I think he's married now.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's married.
Is he in the military too?
No, he works
Okay.
for like a suspension, like some truck suspension
Okay, that
company.
yeah.
he does mechanic work too.
Dude,
So
I
it was
didn't-
cool. It was
yeah.
really cool talking to him.
Yeah, because the only time we ever hung out was in middle school because we like played football together, like JAF, Junior All American, and the memory I have with him is I watched the very first Transformers with him. Like my mom picked him up and we went to watch Transformers.
That's funny.
But yeah, no, that was wild. Yeah, I've not heard his name in a minute, dude. Not
Yeah.
even in high school. I didn't even really like run across him or like see him passing by. But yeah, that's wild. That's
I think
funny.
he lives with Joey. I think
That would make sense. But yeah.
So
Dude.
yeah, I rode with Joey, him, and then Isaiah Valdez showed up too.
Mm.
And dude, it was fun. I mean,
Yeah.
I had my girl on the back of the bike, so I wasn't able to go all
Like, do
crazy
all
like
crazy,
they
yeah,
do.
yeah.
But it was still cool. You know, nice long ride, and we like me personally. I like the rides more where there's less cars.
Well, yeah.
So more of like
yeah.
there's a couple of routes that we take. That's pretty cool. So I don't know, that's fun.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Have you looked in? Are you kind of getting into the habit of like you're ready for the next one? You know what I mean? Or are you committed to like I don't know how to explain it honestly because I'm not a biker.
I'm gonna keep my bike.
Yeah, like
I'm gonna upgrade it.
that. Well,
For
yeah, I
sure.
guess that's what I was trying to say. Is like, are you like getting into that
Oh.
habit of just like it's a fucking Call of Duty load up that you want to deck out, like you know, like
Yeah.
like you want to keep using that gun to
Oh,
get more
man.
attachments and shit.
Yeah, I've already looked into a lot of stuff. I'm deciding now. There's 3 different things that I want to get, and they're all cost about the same, which is kind of a chunk of change. But
It's just gradual, you know.
yeah,
You
you
get
know,
that.
so I'm just debating on which one I want to do first.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
And I don't know, it's cool. I like my bike. It's fun. I got my dad to ride it. He liked it, so that was cool.
And then, okay, so this is going to be a different topic, but like with fucking nicotine and shit for you, because dude, I've been trying, so I'm just asking you just out of
Yeah.
curiosity. I'm at this point where I tried to quit for so long, but like I actually understand nicotine is addictive now, as dumb as that sounds, because there were times where like I would, you know, someone would have like a Nick stick or even just a cigarette and I'd be down to smoke it and I would just do it once. And then like I never had like that addictive tendency to be like, damn, I need a cigarette after I just smoked it once. But then after I did build the habit, I realized like, bro, I can't fucking quit. Like it's kind of like once you drink soda with your meal every day, you just prefer soda over water. And even though I guess it's kind of
Your body
addictive
gets
soda.
to have it.
But yeah. So like, have you tried quitting? Like, do you have stories of that? So I feel relatable to not being able to quit.
Yes.
Because I feel like weak sometimes, dude, when I can't quit.
I don't know which number I'm on for these.
Yeah.
I've got them wet. I've destroyed them. I've thrown them away. I think I lasted a month one time without one, and I somehow get it back. It's when I drink too. That's when I want to hit it more.
Yeah, because it almost
I'm
like gives you
bored.
more bang for your buck in the sense of like how
Yeah.
alcohol feels, and that
Yeah.
sounds very degenerate to say, but like it's just if you
Yeah.
know, you know, like it's worth it in the sense of
It'll get you that extra feeling. You feel like,
yeah.
And I find it more. Because I've been actually thinking about this quite a bit about stopping.
Yeah,
Again.
I've been trying, but I just accept that like I just don't want to.
There's. I found so that one time when I was like trying to quit, I started off with not bringing it to work.
That's smart.
So into like at work, I would at first be like, oh, I'm craving it. So
Yeah.
I'd have to like preoccupy my mind. I'd eat seeds or chips.
Yeah.
Okay, that would preoccupy me. I'd be good, and then I'd get home. Like starting off, I'd hit it at night
Yeah.
or something before I go to bed. Okay, and then I'd get a major nicotine high when I don't have the full level. I've actually gone down quite a bit. And so that worked, and then I burned a pot out, and I didn't want. I was like, I'm not gonna go back and get it. So I was like, okay, and I haven't done it, and it was like 2-3 weeks,
Yeah.
and I was like, I drank, and I was like, I need one. I need one right now, and I gave in, and then I did it, and so I've been going back and forth, but I've been really thinking about just stopping because I feel like the nicotine, nice. You know what I mean?
Nice.
But I feel like it does make me lazier in a sense. Not lazier as in like, oh, you're not going to do anything. But there's more that I could do,
Yeah.
but I don't do.
Yeah. I get what you mean on that aspect, because actually what motivated me to quit, and I quit for 2 weeks, which is it's a short amount of time, but like it's a big deal for me because I know the struggles I go through. But like what happened was we were playing the Turkey Bowl or we were getting ready for the Turkey Bowl, and what always ends up happening in the fucking Turkey Bowl is I always pull my fucking hamstrings. Like one year I pulled one hamstring, and then the second year I pulled both at the fucking thing, you know. So in my mind I was like, bro, I need to train like a little bit. I always, dude, every year I was like, I'm gonna get in shape specifically so I could just go fucking off. Cause I always hate that feeling of fucking running routes and you just know the ball's not gonna get thrown to you, and it's just
That's
like
what I felt last year.
yeah, but you got the build, you know what I mean? Like I'll still I always try to be a quarterback because like I know there's times, dude, where Suge will be open like all the time because
Should Jesus you
dude they'll
fucking
always be open, but it's just because they're not the fast guys or whatever. It's equivalent to like Madden, and you're just always throwing to Julio Jones, even though the slant's always fucking open, but it's Julio Jones.
or the tight end.
But anyways, with that, we were playing last year. We were playing a lot of Turkey Bowl, and and we were playing basketball. I played basketball with Sherney for a little bit, and his crew with Alan and shit. Alan actually could play basketball, so believe it or not, dude, like dead ass, like
Baylor ball.
I didn't believe it until I saw it, and
Does it shoot funny?
from what I remember, no. It's just the
I feel like you would. Not to diss on you, Alan. I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
I
not to
feel
diss
like
on
you
Alan.
would shoot. Not like a NBA fucking.
Yeah, I didn't expect it, but he could ball out. It's mainly he just shoots threes though, you know. He's not like pulling up like doing the crazy shit, but he's got a shot. He's got a shot.
Yeah,
but
if he makes it, that's all that counts.
But the issue was I was having like heart problems after like working out cardio wise, because I'll lift and like I won't feel anything because it's not cardio. But when we were doing like football and basketball, after we would play, I would just cough for the rest of the day because it's just like getting that nicotine out and shit. So I started to ignore, like that opened my eyes of like, damn, this is fucking me up in a way that I don't notice until, you know, I need to. And what ended up happening too was before that, I have a problem with not brushing my gums. I just brushed my teeth, you know, and I just floss. So the top of my gums were getting white, and it was weird. And like, so one day I'm just like seeing, I don't know if it's there. It's probably not.
I've had it.
It's leukoplacmia. So look up leukoplacmia.
I've had it like right down here.
So it's non-cancerous, but if you were to not scratch it off and just leave it there and ignore it, and then again, not hygiene, like you just have to brush your gums, but it's just not necessarily normal.
Yeah.
You know, but that I started looking at leukoplacmia, and then like binging WebMD, you just get super fucking paranoid because it's like even if it's very rare, you just believe that it's gonna happen to you. Yeah. So that was sketching me out. But now to get rid of that fear, I just make sure I brush my gums and use mouthwash now. But yeah, it's basically just from alcohol and tobacco. Like that's literally the cause of it. And but yeah, like it's just a white patch.
It's weird too. Huh?
You just like that's the thing, because I thought it was like, you know how like a scab, you take off the scab, there's blood. So I thought there's gonna be something behind it, and it's really just a layer just on top.
It's like a film.
Yeah, and at first I thought it was like spit. You know, spit's like white bubbly. I thought like, oh, just like mucus spit or something just chilling, and I scraped it off and it was gone and just never thought about it. And then the next day it just appeared again, and it looked exactly the same way it looked yesterday. Yeah. So I was like, that's weird. And then I just started looking up white patches, and then that's a big motivation. It's just the hard part is like, I don't have the ability to like reality check myself and be like, dude, like this isn't necessarily great for you. And you know that there's like even when it comes to pros and cons, like the only pros is like, I'm just used to it at this point. Cause like, dude, I'll get Nick sick and I fucking hate it. And like,
really?
Yeah, like for me, I can't smoke cigarettes actually, because I think it comes from smoking weed. So like I'm used to, well, yeah, but I'm just saying like with weed, you chain smoke it, you know, and like you can just, and you get high. But with cigarettes, if you chain smoke it, it just, you know, you get Nick sick and you fucking, dude, the first time I smoked a cigarette, I was with CTM and Andrew, we were fishing, and we had just 2 beers. And this is why I did start liking having it with beers. And that's honestly probably the main influence. But I had 2 beers and, you know, it's chilling. But then when I smoked a cigarette, it was like I had 4 beers. And then one more puff, I had 6 beers. And it makes me nauseous thinking of it. But I remember I looked at them, I was like, bro, literally this is what I said, bro, this cigarette's sucking my dick right now. And I was like, I kind of fucked with it because it made me feel drunk. And then all of a sudden, like 20 seconds later, I just projectile vomited off of just 2 beers and 1 cigarette. And it's like I unfortunately have like tolerance and stuff. And I was like, well, this is fucking weird. And it seriously felt psychedelic. Like I felt like I was going into a black hole. Like my vision was tunnel vision, and it was just like I don't know how to explain it. Like,
no, I've been there.
Like it was just weird, and so I was like, fuck. And then I just didn't fuck with cigarettes after that, because again, it was like when I first started smoking. But then honestly, it was puff bars. Like puff bars is really what, like Las Vegas and puff bars, bro. That's what started it all. Because I always smoked here and there. I wasn't. I was always down to try it, whoever was around. But like puff bars, vaping and shit, that's what got me. And I can't.
I went from those to puff bars, and I noticed the puff bars made me have more mucus and that filmy shit. So I got away from those and I went to these because I felt like it was more, I guess
like healthier.
Yeah. Well, I guess they say like the clearer the juice, the like more better. Not more better, but like the better for you it is. The more the juice that is like a darker color, like an apple cider kind of color, that stuff is worse for you.
Oh, so you need it to be like lighter?
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And so I noticed that, so I stick to it as like one flavor, but I've been trying to quit it, man. And like I've had that. Cigars is kind of the same as the cigarettes.
I fucked up on cigars because I didn't know you're not supposed to inhale it, dude. I
sometimes I forget and I'll do it. It doesn't hurt if you do it like once.
Have you had the experience of constantly inhaling it? Like, have you had
no, that? Because I heard about it before I smoked.
Dude.
Yeah, they said, don't inhale it. Dude. You'll get sick. Just taste it. Dude. And I inhaled it once and I was like, fuck, this burns.
Dude.
But I know people who have, and they said, dude, they just puking, just feel sick to their stomach.
Bro. Did I tell you about the time when I turned 18 and I bought Swishers just to smoke the Swishers?
No.
So what ended up happening was I I was making fantasy football video. This was like the first year I joined in, and I was like, oh, because I'm 18, back when we could buy shit at 18. I bought Swisher Sweets because, like, in the movies, that's what they smoke blunts in. But, like, my dumbass wasn't thinking, like, you're supposed to put weed in it.
Instead of the
fucking cardboard tobacco.
God.
And so I was making the video. They come with 2. I was smoking 1. And I didn't finish the video within smoking the 1. So I lit the second one. So I smoked 2 back-to-back of the shitty Swisher Sweet.
And you inhaled it?
And I inhaled it because I didn't know. I just thought. And I felt fine, honestly. Like,
it hits you, though.
But then, like, an hour later, dude, I felt super nauseous. I threw up. And then all of a sudden, it was such a weird feeling. My skin was on fire. Like, it literally felt like just, like, you know, irritation or a rash. My whole body was on fire, my skin, but my insides were ice cold. And I was shivering. And I was cold, but then the inside, I was cold, and I was literally in my room, curled up into a ball, and I was just shaking, and my skin was fucking burning, so I couldn't put a blanket, because again, it's just, I don't know, it was such a weird feeling. It's not that you should experience it, but if you were, bro, it's once in a lifetime.
I had that kind of feeling one time.
Yeah.
I took pre-workout at work.
The fuck? I'm gonna avoid pre-workout now.
Because I didn't want to drink coffee. Yeah. My buddy came, he's like, yo, dude, look, I got some C4. And I was like, fuck it, I'll take some.
Yeah.
We were lifting up heavy shit all the time. So I was like, I'll take some. And it got me going. And then I was like, oh, fuck, I gotta shit. And when I was shitting, my body felt like it was on fire. But I was cold at the same time. Like, it hurt to the touch. My face burned. Like, it was just tingling and needles. And I don't know, ants or bees were stinging me. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? I didn't take it after that anymore. But I was like, dude. That's a crazy feeling right there.
Yeah, it's weird as fuck. Fucking what time is it actually? Shit, 6:24. Do you have anything else? Or you?
No, I was just reading my phone and texting me what time.
No, I was saying, I was like, do you have any more topics or anything? Are you chilling?
We could save it for another one. We could save it for another one.
Yeah, for real.
Because I want to go into conspiracies, but I know that's gonna be a.
Oh, dude, that can be a whole podcast on its own.
That's something that I love conspiracies. I'm convinced on not.
I'm just all about aliens.
Shit! Don't even get me started, right, dude. This is fun. I didn't even notice that there's a camera on this the whole time. I was just like,
no, that's what I'm saying.
We were talking.
Yeah, I was confident. I was like the first couple minutes, I know it's just gonna naturally, it's gonna be, but then it's just like again, like within time, like it just becomes normal. But
we should make a comedy one too. Where we'd be funny and then not give a fuck what we say. We could just drop the. I'm just kidding.
We gotta get drunk as fuck. Yeah. We black out and then we'll see what happened when we're black out.
Gosh, damn.
God, that'd be sketch. But
that would be very sketchy.
All right. Fucking first podcast done. Thank you, Dom, for making history.
I went from being the last one.
I know.
I had no idea. I had no idea. I was like, fuck, dude. All right, cool.
I was convinced where I was like, podcast isn't gonna happen, dude. Like,
no, once you said it, and you said it a while back.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm down.
I'm down.
I've always been down.
No, I just knew it was always gonna like take some time to like start it up. But that's the thing, bro. You got the ball rolling. Like that's how I knew. I was like, we just need one. And then we'll start getting into it. But
let's do it again.
But we made history.
I want to do it again.
All right.
This is fun.
Signing off. I have no fucking conclusion paragraph, but
we should do something at the end. Like, some like Bad Friends has got the thanks for being a bad friend.
Let's see real quick. Let's think.
Have you who is it? Andrew Santino, the same dude who does Bad Friends, does one and he goes to the guest and he says, "All right, a word or a phrase to just sign us off, and I'm gonna end it right after you do it."
Yeah.
And like the history hyenas, they're just like, all right, later kind of thing. But
I was like, I'll be like, my name's Ashton, and you go, my name's Dom, and then we think of a catchphrase.
All right.
I don't know.
I don't know. Just say it, and then whatever comes out of my mouth.
I'm just gonna say something. If you don't have something, I'm just gonna say I'm just gonna say just one word, and it's retarded. Right. And I just said the R word, but anyways. Yeah. All right, ready? My name's Ashton.
And my name's Dominic. Go fuck yourself.
Amiibro's out. Yeah.
Amiibro's out. Yeah.